Hi, everybody. It's that time again. Why do I look blurry? I look blurry. What is wrong? Hang on, everybody. Let me see if I can fix this. Or not. What? What's going on? Do I look blurry to anybody else? I look blurry to myself. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Yeah. Oh, okay. Looks like my connection is unstable. So if I look blurry or I start to go in and out, that's probably why. It's really windy here, so that's probably part of the problem. But anyway, we're just gonna ignore that. Hi, everybody. Like I said, if I'm blurry, I'm sorry. I can't. I think it's my internet connection. So who's here? Hi, PJ. Hi, Catherine. Hey, Amanda. Yeah, I'm looking blurry here too, but I don't. All my settings are okay. I don't know what the problem is. No idea. I'm just going to assume it's the internet connection. It's not connecting all the way or something. So, Happy New Year. It's 2022. Or as I'm saying, 20 double two. I'm trying not to say the traditional way because it sounds too much like we're trying to do 2020 again. And I don't think anybody wants to do that. So, how is your 20 double two going so far? Me? Um, yeah, it's what, the fifth, and I'm already behind. I don't know how I did it. I'm already like playing catch up with everything. But I guess you'll have that. So what else is going on? PJ, you've been away. Hubby got the Transformer disease for Christmas. What? Explain, PJ, if you'd like, because I'm not totally sure what you mean. Transformer disease? I'm not as blurry now. I still look blurry. So I don't know. I don't know what's up with it. Ah, and of course I've got a serious lag in my chat. So, oh, sorry to hear that, PJ. How's he doing? As much as I love the holidays, once they're over, I feel like I need a vacation from the holidays because I'm just totally discombobulated. Getting back into any sort of rhythm is almost impossible. coupled with the fact that I took time off from, well, I had time off from school because we were on break, and I took time off from work, and now I'm trying to get back into it, and it's slow going, and I really need a break from the break, to be honest, because I'm dragging. But how are you guys doing? How was your New Year's? Anybody go out? Did you do anything? What's going on? Amanda, you're having a good start to the year, but so far it's flying by. Oh, yeah, it is. It's the fifth already. It's a little crazy. I'm trying to get everything I need to do for something that I have coming up the end of this month, going into next month, and it's been a challenge, but I'm sticking to it. I'm hanging in there. Hey, Lacey, welcome, welcome. We're just catching up. Let's see, PJ is saying he's doing better. 9 people from his work got it. 2 were still in the hospital. Hubby was vaccinated, but his co-workers weren't. Ugh. Yeah, it's definitely taking its toll on the unvaccinated more than the vaccinated. I have several friends that contracted it, and 2 of them were vaccinated, and one of them wasn't. And the 2 that were vaccinated, they got it. One of them, it was like she said, it's like a head cold for her. The other was a little sicker than that, but not too bad. And the third ended up in the hospital. So yeah. I mean, I don't like to get political on anything, but quite frankly, if you can get vaccinated and there's no medical reason why you can't get vaccinated, please get vaccinated and get your booster. I've told the story before. I had COVID twice, and it's no joke. It's no fun. I still have some lingering effects of it. Um, and as soon as I'm up for my booster in February, I'm getting it. So that's just how I feel about that. I shall persist. What? You shall persist, Kim. Well, I don't have a choice, but thank you for the vote of confidence. Um, PJ, I'm glad your husband's doing better. If I did say that, I can't remember if I did or not. On the brighter side, I'm expecting 2 grandchildren this year. One on Memorial Day and the other on Independence Day. Well, you guys just like to have give birth around holidays, don't you? That's pretty cool. I can relate. My birthday is Valentine's Day. My mom's birthday wasn't a holiday, but it was 6 days after her wedding anniversary and the day after my sister's birthday. So we had their wedding anniversary, and then 6 days later, no, 5 days later was my sister's birthday. The day after that was my mom's birthday, and then my birthday was Valentine's Day. My dad was born on. We live in West Virginia. He was born on West Virginia Day. And his birthday is always around Father's Day. And my daughter was born the first week of May, so her birthday is always right around Mother's Day. So we kind of do the birthdays around holiday thing too. I mean, my granddaughter was born the end of August, so a lot of times her birthday is very close to Labor Day. You only get freedom grandchildren. My first grandson was born on Independence Day. Alrighty. Hmm. Kind of makes you wonder what holidays there were 9 months prior to that never mind. What are they celebrating? Birthdays? What? But congratulations, that's exciting. 2 new grandkids. Yay! 2 more Afghans to make, and little hats and booties and whatever else you decide to come up with to make. So what's everybody working on? Anybody start anything, any new projects? You're going with wedding anniversaries. There you go. That'll work. Wedding anniversaries work. So talk to me, people. What are you working on? What's going on? Is that LJ Crochet? Hi. A brief hello from VJ Raid. I just subscribed and wanted to say hi, but it's midnight here in the UK and I need some sleep. Oh, go get some sleep. Thanks for subscribing and thanks for stopping and saying hi. Welcome. Glad to have you. You can always catch us on a replay because it'll stay up. And you can catch my videos on my channel. I took this week off from making videos because I was waiting for a whole bunch of packages to come so that I could make some videos I wanted to make. And B, I kind of burned myself out. Oh, I didn't burn myself out in December. It was just that, I was doing 2 to 3 a week plus this live. So I kind of needed a break for a second. And I needed to refocus on what I wanted my channel to really be about. But my packages will all be here this week, and I've got 4 videos already that I'm ready to film. So I'll be back to putting up regular content next week. I'm probably going to stay with. I don't know if I'm. Do you guys like that? Is there any particular day you prefer I upload videos? Because I was uploading on Saturday and Monday, and Mondays definitely did better than Saturdays. But I don't know if you guys had a preference on what day I upload videos or not. But if you do, let me know. Okay, so what's going on, people? PJ's making hats right now. Next comes the pram blankets. Catherine saying, finally knit a pair of socks for the first time and now back to crocheting. Working on another half double crochet V-stitch Afghan. Oh, I saw those are the socks that you accidentally signed up for. You did a really good job. Oh, didn't you post? You posted those, right? That is what I commented on, isn't it? I'm fried, guys. I'm sorry. But congratulations on finishing your socks. Lacey's talking to LJ, asking her if she posts videos. Amanda is making samples for a magazine design, so it's going to stay secret. LJ saying, Lacey, I'm just a stalker of mini chats. I get around a bit. Nothing wrong with that. Hi, Gloria. Good evening. Welcome. Lacey saying, I binged someone's videos like a year ago and her name was LJ and I have looked for the channel and can't find it now. Thought it was you. Either way, hello there. Nice to meet you. That's cool. Yes, posted on Facebook. Okay, yeah, I thought so. You did a very good job with them. Lacey's making some socks. PJ's, we're doing Christmas on Sunday, so I'm wrapping presents and listening to me. Are you a good rapper? I'm a lousy rapper. Okay, you know what? That's not true. I start out a good rapper, but then 10, 12 packages in, I start to not really care. My corners don't have to be as crisp. My V's don't have to come to the perfect point. And then when I get 15 to 20 in, I'm kicking myself for not buying more gift bags. Because at this point, I'm just wrapping paper around the box and fighting the urge just to wrap the tape around the box and call it a gift wrap. So I start out good, but you could tell which packages I started at the beginning and which packages were towards the end. I also have this stupid habit of waiting until the last minute to wrap, waiting to the last presents to wrap the most difficult things to wrap. So between me being tired of wrapping in general and having to wrap a present that's a pain in the ass, but excuse me. Yeah, you can definitely tell. Those are the ones that get the most buzz because I'm trying to cover up all the places where I'm at. I've only been crocheting for a year, hanging around on YouTube a few months, so definitely not me posting. Oh, who knows? Maybe you'll catch the buzz, and before you know it, you'll be on here doing lives and making videos yourself. As a matter of fact, Lacey is about to launch her YouTube channel. Aren't you, Lacey? Yeah, I called you out. And Gloria is saying, I'm working on a ruffle scarf and hat set. Oh, that sounds nice. Me, I'm working, like I said, on a project that I have to get done in order to do something else. So I'm planning on doing next. I cannot talk later this month. Um, I've got another challenge coming up, and I'm trying to. I just ordered the yarn for it, so I'm excited. I'm doing a make along for to celebrate the life of the former lead singer of Typo Negative. So I'm trying to find the yarn I want to use for that. Um, and then I'm still making sketches and coming up with ideas for new patterns. And I'm still fleshing out my whole gingham granny thing that I've been talking to you guys about for like months on end. So that's what I'm working on. PJ is testing a blanket pattern. Cool. Lacey, dude, this was the first year that I didn't stay up till 5 in the morning wrapping freaking Christmas presents in 16 years. I know I wasn't up late this year either. Shockingly enough, um, a couple, like a handful of the gifts that I bought couldn't be wrapped, so I had them hidden. So all I did was pull them out and slap some bows on them. So I only had like I don't know, like 20 things total to wrap, but several of them were really small, so they only took me like a minute to wrap. Um, but I did have a couple of larger, bulky boxes that got on my nerves. Hang on, my daughter's texting me. Oh, good grief. Hang on, guys. Sorry. I gotta do this real quick. My daughter is requesting information that I have stored on my phone. And I have to send it to her. She couldn't have done this before my chat because I haven't been doing this chat at Wednesdays at 7 for like 8 months now or anything. This is a totally new concept. I just started this chat. Heaven forbid you actually ask me to do something like this when I wasn't in the middle of a chat, but that's okay. When you're a mother, these things happen, even when your children are grown, overgrown even. And this is why I sometimes don't feel bad that she is still waiting for that Afghan after 2 years. Seriously. Almost done. Oh. Well, almost done, guys. Come on. Send. Okay. Sorry about that. Y'all are moms. You know the deal. You know, even when they're overgrown, when they're like, I need you to do this, you're pretty much going to drop anything to do it because, well, shut up. That's just same reason why I could never do this chat or do anything and turn my phone ringer off. Because as soon as I do that, I'll miss like 15 million phone calls, and at least 13 million of them will be important. So sorry about that, but I'm back now. And what do you guys say? You're socially inept, so definitely no lives. Well, you can still make videos. And you know what though? I used to say that I could never do lives, and now lives are like my favorite thing to do. I love making videos, but I really love going live. I am definitely doing my channel, recording this weekend. Got to get through the week of work. Woo! Oh, are you participating in the cow I told you about? Yes. For Pete, yeah. Not tapping my fingers or anything, waiting on the Granny Gingham Afghan. Oh, wait. If you want that as an Afghan, you can be waiting a minute because, yeah, I still got to get swatches to look uniform first before I delve into an Afghan. I'm getting there. There's definitely some tweaking that goes into it, and if you can see the amount of notes I have taken. What? Wait here. Let me show you. Okay, let me get this comment off the screen real quick. Okay, starting with you're not gonna be able to see the pages, but just so you can see. I don't know if you can see how many pages I've got here. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 10 pages of notes of each swatch that I've done and what worked and what didn't. So yeah, I've been giving this way more thought and way more time than I probably should have. But I'm one of those people that I just get this idea in my head and I have to work it out. So I'm getting there. My last swatch was the best one so far. So I think I've worked out most of the kinks. Most of it actually has to do with corners. I mean, that is not always the case with crochet though. Your corners are the things that are like, if it's not your corner, it's your stitch count. Corners are the problem with this. So I'm trying to work out the corners. As soon as I have that down, the rest of it is good. But that's what I'm working on. So Catherine, you may see an Afghan this year. Maybe. We'll see. I'm definitely socially inept. We like that here. I'm not socially inept. I'm just a natural introvert for the most part, unless I'm with a group of people talking about something I'm passionate about, thus a live about crochet. I wouldn't be doing a live about many other things. Crochet is pretty, there are a couple of subjects that I could talk passionately enough to do live. Um, Social issue rants and crochet are pretty much the two. I could go social issue rants for days, and have. Ask my friends on Facebook. It'll be so cool. I'm patient. Good, because it's going to take me a minute. And PJ saying, by the way, my niece loved her blanket, and now my other niece wants the same blanket. My in-laws love their blankets also. Awesome. I'm glad everybody liked all the work that you did, because you put in some serious time and some serious energy and effort in those blankets. So, lost my train of thought. And I have to go back to my handy dandy notebook. Handy dandy notebook. So I actually had some notes that I wanted to talk about, but I gotta find them because I just flipped through pages and I got off my page. All right, here we go. All right. Hi, BJ. Happy New Year to you too. 7 blankets in 6 months. That's the definition of busy. Yeah, I'd say so. That's a decent amount of crocheting. Because I'm assuming these weren't like little tiny blankets. They were like size blankets. And yeah, they take a while. If you got 7 of them done in 6 months, yeah, you are You were melting some hooks there. So good job of getting them done. So I have a question for you guys. Do you consider yourself a product or process crocheter? And if you're like me and you're like, what in the world is the difference? Well, a product crocheter is a person that crochets with a specific product in mind. Like they have a project that they want to make and they just grab their yarn, they grab the hook and they make that project. And they pretty much just stick to that project from beginning to end. And that's pretty much all they work on. Whereas a process crocheter crochets for the love of crocheting, basically. They may or may not have an idea in mind. Um, they might just have gotten some really cool yarn and want to play with it and see what stitches work with it and what don't. And I've actually started doing that. Like if I get like a new yarn in, I will sit down and I'll do like all the base. I'll do a swatch of the basic stitches and then some of my favorite stitches and see how they look for the yarn, and I'll take notes so that when I actually want to make something with a specific stitch, I'll know what yarn works with stitch, and then I can order whatever I need in whatever color, what have you, or colorway. Um, Process crocheters also tend to have more than one project going because, like I said, they're kind of curious about stitches and how stitches look with yarn, and they like to play with different yarns and stuff like that. But there's also a combo of the two, um, which I think is the category I fall into because I won't necessarily have a project in mind, but I will get a yarn in and go and look at the yarn and go, this might make a great blah, 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 blah. Let's play around with it and see what I come up with. And I think most designers probably are a combination because obviously we know how to make projects and start from start to finish, but we're also curious about different yarns and different stitches and different patterns and stuff like that. So where do you land? Are you a product crocheter, a process crocheter, or a combo crocheter? PJ saying 7 foot twin bed, 6 for twin beds, 1 for a queen. Oh, good God. That's a lot of stitches. I thought I was product, but I have learned I am a process crocheter. I love coming up with the design and making it a real thing. BJ is saying good night to LJ, who I'm assuming is Lauren. Cool. Mocha, what happened to her being home before you start your lives? Yeah, well, you know how that goes. Best laid plan, yada yada yada. But she and her significant other and the grandkid are out and about shopping or something. I don't know. I don't ask. LJ, everybody saying sweet dreams and goodbye and have a good evening. Go get some sleep. Catch the replay. Leave some comments if you'd like. PJ is saying I'm a product crocheter, but when I make hats, I add to or change the patterns. Okay. Catherine's a combo. She loves to crochet and knit slowly and enjoy the process no matter how long it takes, and we'll have a multitude of those going. Yeah, that's the big one for me. Wouldn't know how to act if I only had one crochet project going at once. Who does that? Who only has one project that they're working on? I don't think I know a crocheter that only works on one project at a time. I can't think of one. But Catherine's continuing. If I need something done, I could totally speed up and get it done for the finished product. Oh well, yeah. I like, for instance, I've got like 6 projects going right now, but I've put 5 of them aside because there's one I have to finish. So, but I've still got 6 ongoing projects. And when I say 6 ongoing projects, I mean 6 ongoing projects sitting on my desk at the moment. We're not going to go into any of the works, the whips that I have on this behind me. We won't go there. Lacey's asking Amanda what she is. If I had to guess, Amanda's a combo because she's definitely not a one project at a time person. Sorry, I only do one at a time, but I always have a list to do. You really only do one project at a time? Wow. Okay. Well, every world has to have a unicorn. I guess you're right. Congratulations. Congratulations. You're my channel's unicorn. Now, I just can't imagine only working on one project at a time. My mind wanders too much. Amanda said, I'm a mix. It's the process like for easy projects when I need a cleanse. Usually it's a product bonus if it teaches me a new skill or has an unusual construction. Yep. Mocha knows me so well. Because we've got so much of that same brain going. I definitely, like, if I get, like, I see a stitch that I absolutely positively want to learn, once I've learned that stitch, I have to make something out of that stitch because I've learned it. I think it's cool, so I make something. It's normally like a small thing, like you said. Like my go to is trivets. I will make a trivet out of like a new stitch that I've learned because it's a way to make a small project but complete a project, and it helps with my muscle memory of learning the stitch. Marquita, hey y'all, I want to try a monogamous crocheting this year too. Oh, you want to try monogamous crocheting? Yeah. Okay, whatever. Okay, so I guess we've got 2 unicorns. But hey, girl, happy New Year. Tell us what you're working on. PJ, seriously, I do. It's a CDO, OCD, and alpha order thing. Okay. Finish what you start. That's something my mom got stuck in my head. I finished most of them. I just work on more than one at one time. I had like 4 or 5 shawls going at once. I finished all of them. I just didn't work on one at a time. It's like, I would have 4 shawls in different levels of completeness. But I ended up finishing them all. Lacey saying, Mandabug, yes. I like a big project and a little project, a difficult project and a simple project to be going at the same time. So, excuse me. So I have a project for whatever mood I am in that day. Yeah. Yeah, same way. Just like, okay, and I want, especially Lacey and Amanda, and okay, Marquita, you too. I will make sure you guys are sitting down before I say this. Are you sitting down? Are you sitting down? I want to make sure you're sitting before I say this. So I'm going to go through these comments and give you guys a chance to sit down before I make my next statement. Lacey's saying, I'm good, Marquita. Thank you. How are you doing? So they're talking back and forth. Marquita's saying, I didn't say it would be easy, but I'm going to try it. Finish sweaters so much faster that way. Yeah. Amanda saying, see, but I start things I shouldn't because I'm impulsive. And now I know I will never, ever, ever set socks down until they are done. Makes sense. Amanda saying, I'm on the ground. Okay. Lacey saying she's sitting. PJ saying yes. I'm assuming she's sitting down. And Marquita saying yes, I'm sitting. Okay, good. Now I've got you all sitting. I have decided I'm going to work more with thinner yarns. Pick your jaws up, because I know that some of you guys probably just were like, I'm sorry, what? Yes, I have decided that I am going to actually start working more with fingering yarn. I guess I'll learn to say that without shuddering eventually. I don't know. I really don't know. But you know how I always say that um, I don't like being able to do things? Well, as time has progressed, it's dawned on me that my dislike of not working with fingering and lace weights is the equivalent of not being able to do something. And it's not that I can't work with it, because I have, because I used to make doilies and like kind of lacy things. I just didn't like the process. But now that I've actually started designing more, I've realized that some of my designs would work much better with a thinner yarn. Shut up, Amanda. Don't start. So I'm going to branch out and start working with some thinner yarns. Also, the more I get into hand dyed, the more I'm finding yarns that I absolutely love, but I can't buy because they're in like weights that I don't use. So it's a combination of wanting to buy from more hand dyers and wanting to up my designing a little bit. So yeah, I'm probably going to start working with lower weight yarns. I I don't know how I feel about it, but it's a challenge, and I like a challenge. So there. Now let me go back through, see what everybody's saying. Catherine's saying, I'm sorry, but when you walk past your yarn and it says, Psst, you know what I should be. You stop and listen and have to start the project. That's true. Marquita saying, what? Yeah, I know. I knew. Catherine saying, yay. I've rendered PJ speechless. Lacey saying, yay, welcome to the thin side. We have good yarn here. Okay, don't get crazy. It's not like every project I make is going to be with thinner yarn. I'm just saying that I am open to working with thinner yarns for certain projects. Let's not get crazy. I'm not giving up my worsted. I will forever be a worsted weight gal. I'm just open to working with thinner yarns. And yes, it's sticking in my throat. It really is. Yeah, it does. Like, psst, hey, psst, you know I'd make a great blah, 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 right? And have you ever had an argument with it? It's like, hey, you know I'd make a great this. Well, yeah, you would, but that's not what I bought you for. Well, that's what I want to be. No, you're going to be what I make you to be. Not if I get all knotted. You wouldn't. Wouldn't I? And yes, I had this conversation. So now that you guys know that I'm totally nuts, you can go ahead and exit the chat. But these are conversations that I actually do have. I know. I know. Oh yeah, more works in progress. Yeah, because that's going to slow me down. There's going definitely it's definitely that's definitely going to be a case of me having many projects, because I'm gonna need time with that because I'm gonna have to set a timer and just do as much as I can at certain timers in a certain amount of time, and then go on and do the things and then come back to it because it's really a patience thing for me. And if I don't know, I'm gonna figure it out though because like I said, I've got some projects that would work way better with a lower weight yarn. So uh, here we go. I'm excited to see what you make. Yeah, me too. Let's see. Thin yarn is so much more stylish sometimes. Also, I fully support your indulgence in hand dyed. Let me know if you need any guidance, young Jedi. Oh, good lord. Marquita saying, you shocked us all, and I'm excited to see your beautiful work. Oh, thank you. I knew you guys would be shocked when I made that announcement. I just knew it. You guys were just going to fall over. I'll just I'll just send you a spool of thread to work with. Don't you dare. Unless you want to watch me sew with it. Watch your 20 double two review video at the end of the year. She is going to be saying, well, not only use fingering weight or DK and under yarns. Yeah, that's never going to happen. Because I'm never making an Afghan out of anything lower than a DK. I have my limits. Yeah. Fingering weight. This? Why? Shh. Go. Go. Thank you. Don't growl at me. I'm just getting distractions everywhere. What was it saying? Oh, yeah. My shawls and tops and scarves, decorative scarves, not obviously regular wear scarves, are going to be in the lower weights. If it's an Afghan or anything else, it's still going to be worsted. Don't get it twisted. I'm still going to make shawls in worsted too. But I just have a couple ideas that would definitely work out better with a lower weight yarn. So I'm going to try it and see what happens. The yarn usually wins. Yeah, it does. It really does. I can't tell you how many times I've bought yarn for a specific project just to turn around and have the yarn look at me and go, no, I'm better as this, and the yarn's right. So yeah, the yarn wins. Fingering weight makes great shawls. Yeah, especially when you hold two strands together. Yuck! I'm never making an Afghan. You have a problem with Afghans? I'm joking. Okay. I think I just shuddered because I'm used to work with fingering weight. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way I would make an Afghan out of fingering weight yarn. That's a worsted or a bulky thing. Definitely. Be right back. Need more wrapping paper? Okay, go get your wrapping paper. Oh. So yeah, I figured you guys would be floored by that announcement. I was floored when I came to the conclusion I was going to have to go that route. But, it is what it is. I'm going to try it, see what happens. But I don't think that 20 double two review is going to come to fruition, Lacey. Or yeah, it was Lacey. Um, I like all yarns, for the most part. And like I said, it's not that I don't use fingering yarn. I just don't use it a whole lot because most of what I make doesn't require it, or it didn't until my last couple of design ideas. So, and before you think I'm making solid pieces of fabric or fingering weight, no, 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 no. These are definitely going to be wispy, lacy, latticey looking pieces. So that going with the ideas I have in my head anyway. And suddenly I'm congested. Oy. Yeah, DK makes a nice spring summer blanket. Yeah, it does. Um, I do a lot of worsted in DK because believe it or not, I'm not a fan of really bulky yarns either. They work up quicker, but you need so much more of it to make a project. I'd rather just use a worsted weight and make a maybe a more not gappy but more spaced out stitches than go for a bulky or super bulky. So yeah, I really don't like using either end of the scope that much. But for the designs that I'm coming up with, going with lower weights is going to make more sense. And I don't think I've worked with a bulky past a 6 in years. I my Chill Kill Pocket Shaw was a bulky. I can't remember if it was 5 or 6. It's one of the two. And that was the last time I actually worked with a bulky yarn. I'm definitely a DK or a worsted person, or Aaron. Aaron, worsted, and DK are my three. That my go-tos. You feel the same way? Yeah, it's not cost effective to me. Um, if I have to buy 10 skeins of bulky yarn at $5 a skein, and I could technically pretty much make the same project with, 4 skeins of worsted that cost $4 or $5. I'm just going to go for worsted. Unless there's a specific look I'm going for with that the bulky provides, which I have yet to really experience that. Other than like one of the Mandelas, I think, was a bulky, and I ended up using it, so I had to like buy I don't know how many skins of it because the person I was making the blanket for liked the colors. But for the most part, I just don't. It's not cost effective, and I'm not as gaga over the colors, or I don't know. I'm just not really a fan. DK is a gem. Yeah, I've worked with a lot of DKs from like the DK closer to a worsted and the DK closer to a fingering or a sport, I should say. So I've worked with like the thinner and the thicker DKs. So working with a two isn't really going to be that big a stretch because some of my last DKs have been closer to that, but we'll see. DK is her favorite yarn. Marquita is saying, oh, skipped one. PJ saying the pattern I'm testing needs a bulky 6. All my blankets were made with worsted weight. I bought the anniversary cakes at $19.99 a cake. That's a good, yeah, good idea. But I mean, look at that. You've paid $20 for the yarn off the bat. If you were actually going to sell that, you know, you'd have to put in $20 worth of supplies, and then whatever your labor is. Which I guess if you work with a bulky weight, it doesn't take as long to make it. But still, it's just I don't know. I don't know. Plus, I don't know. Working with the larger hook kind of sometimes hurts my hands at the same time. So you know. Kathy saying, I agree about the bulky, and I have a hard time making it so it's not so dense. Yeah, that's another thing. It makes a really dense, heavy blanket. I made the last thing. Okay, no, I did make this before my pocket shawl. I made a blanket out of Bernat. I want to say velvet, not velvet. The other one. It's not velvet. It's like kind of like a velour, and that blanket is so heavy I can't use it. It is literally a weighted blanket. It weighs a ton, and whenever I go to wash it, um, I have to run it through the spin cycle 2 or 3 times just to get all the water out of it, and then just that blanket itself. And the blanket isn't a huge blanket; it's probably 4 by 5 or so. So it's like a lap blanket. It still takes an hour plus to dry in a dryer. So yeah. Whereas my worsted weight blankets, I wash them regularly, they're fine. I throw them in the dryer. 35 minutes later, they're done. My kid is saying, I agree, Catherine. I only like the bulky using a double crochet. It seems to be lighter. My Chill Kill pocket shawl is actually treble crochet because I didn't want it to be completely and totally, you know, dense and heavy. I'd show you my shawl, but it's in a pile over here because it just got washed. I bet it's so pretty. I was talking about PJ's shawl or blanket that she's testing. Amanda saying my current project is a super bulky with 9 millimeter. Works up so fast, but the yarn to make it costs a lot. Yeah, that's the other thing. Bulky yarn's expensive, especially for the yardage you get, or I guess in this case, don't get. It's kind of expensive. So sorry, I just suddenly got really congested really quick. Anyway, those are my plans. And I don't know if I have anything else to talk about or not. Not a whole lot's going on in the yarny community right now that I've seen. Did any of you guys happen to catch Rose Likes Crochet's auction? That was pretty cool. I think she ended up raising over $5,000 for wings, which is pretty cool. Um, mm, Reggie from J-Ho Crochet has her own yarn box club going, which I think is neat. I passed on this month because the colorways really didn't interest me a whole lot because it's a fruitcake toss, which if you haven't caught the videos of that on YouTube, you should actually check out the fruitcake tosses because they're hysterical. So I'm waiting to see what color she comes up with in next month. So I'm waiting on that. And I didn't know what else to do. And Amanda's saying I gotta go start dinner, so glad to have caught the live. Well, thanks for being here, Amanda. I'm sure I will chat with you later. And we're not going to be here much longer, so you're not really going to miss a whole lot. But go ahead and watch the replay anyway. Ha 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 ha. Crystal was just like, I was rolling when she put Eli's sweater up for auction just to turn around and buy it back. I'm like, is she just being generous, or did Eli change his mind and suddenly wanted it? I'm not quite sure which way that was going. Either way, it was hysterical. And the prices that things were going for were amazing. By saying goodbye to Amanda. Um, let's see what else. I can't really think of anything else going on right now. I think everybody is still trying to come down from the holidays and get back into the normal swing of things. So there hasn't even been a whole lot of chatter on my Facebook crochet groups. So that'll probably pick up here in a little bit. So I'll have more to talk about next week. Plus, I might actually have a finished project to talk about next week. It could happen. It really could. Catherine saying she was a hoot. I think Rose giving her the shawl and not taking her bid got Crystal going. Yep. Yeah. But yeah, that whole auction was hysterical. But yeah, and Crystal just jumping in there with like these bids out of the blue were hysterical. I wonder if she realizes the power that she has over a lot of people in the Yarny community. I think she does. And she tries to wield it for good, which is pretty cool because, other people might not be as kind or benevolent. Thinking of a certain knitter whose name I won't mention because I still shake my head at that whole mess and the fallout from it. But yeah, that auction was hysterical, and I'm glad that Rose managed to raise that much money for the charity because or the organization because sadly it's a needed organization, so they'll be able to help a lot of people with that. That's cool. Yeah, didn't she bid on pretty much everything of hers? The mystery box, and then she was putting out, and then she gave Rose two more mystery boxes to auction off, and then bought them back. I'm like, Crystal just didn't want to pay for shipping. I don't. That was a pretty expensive way to get out of paying for shipping, but hey, you know what? Crystal is Crystal. That's why we love her. She's an amazing person. She likes to help a friend. Yeah, she really does. She really does. I mean, like a shout out from Crystal. I mean, it's like gold. So that's pretty cool. Uh, Rose never listens to her. Rose just steady ignores her and does what she wants to do. And Crystal's the same way. Rose will tell Crystal something, and Crystal ignores her. So that's a friendship for you. So all right, guys, it's been fun, but I'm getting more and more congested. So I think I need to make some tea and take something because my throat's starting to hurt too. I don't think I have a cold. I just think after I talk for a period of time, my throat just like, hey, you can shut up now. So I'm gonna make some tea and rest my throat and work on a couple of these projects. And I will be back here next Wednesday at the same time where we can chat some more. I'll probably go a little longer next week because my voice will be back because I also have to film some videos. So my throat will be back to being used because I don't talk a lot around here. Believe it or not, other than yelling at a dog, I don't do a whole lot of talking. So, but anyway, that was a really strange segue. All that to say, thanks for being here. I will see you guys next week. I'll be back on my regular video posting schedule next week, and I will see you around the YouTube hallways. So I will talk to you later. Bye.